Guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm the alien, just alien goddess. So, okay, I want to talk about something, and then maybe do a meditation. So, one thing I keep hearing, and we just had, if you don't know, but in the Hindu tradition, we just had Guru Purnimam, which I hope I'm not butchering that. And that's when I had all of these sound and frequencies, and I just had like this whole activation. And we're literally coming up on Rahu Meen, which is going to be in Dhanishta. Okay. This is especially potent for me because I have my midheaven in Dhanishta governed by the Astavastus. I want to touch on avatars, and I'm going to talk for the females, okay? Because in these traditions, we keep hearing all these gurus and men talk about like avatars, second comings, and they keep calling it a he as a female who works with 0 point, which they call the no thingness. And this is going to lead into Dhanishta and this energy that I've been moving through, so I'm going to talk about it. Also, I broke down my D10 chart, which roughly translates to threshold translator, storm voice, threshold or underworld translator, storm voice, and cosmic drum. Okay, and other things. And I just said that I have my midheaven in Dhanishta. So the really powerful practice going on right now is the emptying. If you haven't seen it, I will link all of my sonic activations here. Now, what happened was, what you're hearing in those sonic activations was over this Guru Purnimam full moon. I literally, so step by step, first off, these are my experiences. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Also try it out for yourself, right? I literally, so progression of events. I stumbled upon a guru, I think it was Sadhguru, erecting a temple and consecrating the Shiva Lingam. And I had already been working with this no thingness, right? That's what a 0 point is. It's the singularity. I've been moving and walking in my singularity energy for a little while now, which is when I literally take duality and collapse it. This is what I call the fifth thing, right? The fifth harmonic. Into singleness, singularity. Also, and it's always been like a black hole to me. Like, there was always a connection between singularity energy, 0 point energy, and black hole energy. And like being that event horizon, and whew, I just got a whoosh. Yeah. So, after that Shiva Lingam temple energy was resonating through my body. Then I woke up, it bounced around in my temple all night long. I woke up in the morning and I just started humming a hum, like humming. As I'm sitting here and I'm going like this, and I'm like pushing my energy, but it was like out, in, right? Out, in, out, in. As I'm humming this, I am leaking, okay? I'm not crying, but my eyes are crying. You know what I'm saying? I am leaking. So then I decide to go out on my ley lines, and I mix up some of my herbs, and I'm gonna consecrate my ley lines. and just some rose powder, sea salt, rosemary, bay leaf, and a pinch of mugwort. Nothing crazy. So I'm out there walking in a circle, throwing it out like a spiral, right? In a couple different places. And then when I come back in, I feel the energy activate in my vessel, in my temple again, and I go to turn on the microphone, and all of this high bandwidth, high frequencies are pinging off of me. I'm holding the phone above my head, the throat, different areas of my body, my field. It's all shifting. It's all in this really high frequency bandwidth. But it's like different tones and layers in that. And it's all shifting and gorgeous. I get emotional again. I'm like, oh, I'm leaking. Yeah. And now, and I've used that microphone app before. It was just perfect timing, right? So, even in these sonic activations, check them out. They are powerful. They are extremely high frequencies, so please take it slow. Deep breaths, water, okay? For this video, I want to focus on the emptying and the 0 point. And I was already like, I just want to get rid of everything. So I've had 2 ego deaths, and I've had a full memento mori moment. So if you want the story, here it is. The most powerful things I've ever experienced. So, my first ego death. I decide I'm going to merge back with my field, which literally means my ego is going to get ripped off. I go into meditation. I walk on top of the water in my meditation. Every time I go into meditation, there's this dark, what I call prima materia substrate level. It's watery, and I walk on top of it unless I choose to sink in. When I'm choosing to sink in, that's like a full rewrite moment. So the very first time I ever experienced that, I'm standing there, I'm looking at it, and I'm just like, all right. And I just let myself dissolve completely. I was in a certain level of gamma meditation. I want to say my first ego death was probably around 70 to 100 gamma hertz. I sink in, I dissolve completely. No form, no thingness, right? This is the first interaction with your 0 point. And everything's gone. Everything's gone. Nothing. So you sit in that, and then at some point in my meditation, I come back out of the water reformed. And then I come out of the meditation completely. When I say that I came out of that meditation and I almost had a full existential moment because there was no thing, okay? Every bit of ego was ripped off. As I was in the meditation, I literally heard the primordial silence. It is the silence that sounds like primordial thunder. Like, this sound I cannot even try to describe to you, but it was like primordial thunder, but it was silent. That type of silence. So as I'm coming out, I start crying. I'm like, oh my God, I lost my soul. I died. I don't know what happened, right? The next thing you know, it hits me. The pulse in my chest, it literally was pulse destruction, pulse, creation, pulse, love, right? And then after that, everything was like this harp, and everything was a frequency on the harp that I got to experience, right? That was the first ego death. That was so powerful. I was not the same after that. Then a second 0 point experience, which I would like to call the 0 point, that black hole, that event horizon, the monad. So this time my heart stopped. I don't know, for a split second, I don't know. But so I literally had a death process. I was literally meditating in my monad. I'm sunk into my 0 point. I walk up, I see this graph. It looked like a bunch of Schumann, like, resonant graphs, but like all stacked. Could have been timelines. And I'm like watching this graph, and I see this fiery golden sine wave, like slowly moving its way through the graph. I'm totally at peace. I am not outside my body, but I am in my 0 point. So at one point I notice my neck is twitching, like twitching, like we're not breathing, like my body's trying to tell me we're not breathing. So I don't even care. I'm busy watching this graph, right? My neck continues to twitch. At this point, I don't know how close to stopping my heart is, but let's just say I was right at the threshold. And when you don't force this, when this happens naturally, and I'm not saying this is going to happen to you, I'm not saying try this, I'm saying this is my experience. This is how deep this is what I've experienced, how deep and intense and transformative it's been. Do not try to copy me. You just do you, okay? I'm just telling my story. So I'm watching the sine wave. My neck is continuing to twitch. And then I see this huge spike. And at one point I realize, I think that's me. Like, I think I'm like this golden sine wave across all these graphs. So then I see it climb, and it spikes. And then as it spikes, I take a huge inhale, and I come back into my body from my 0 point, and I am like breathing, like deep breaths. My heart's a little achy. I wasn't sure how long I was in the meditation. I wasn't sure if my heart stopped for a second, 2 seconds, I don't know. But that happened. And so I felt like I wasn't done with my experience. So I'm like, what are the chances of that happening twice? Here comes full memento mori. So I give it about a couple of minutes, and I decide, okay, I'm gonna go back into my meditation. Like, that was an amazing experience. My heart, my chest is just a little bit achy, but I don't think anything crazy happened, right? So I go back into meditation. I'm sucked back into that 0 point. I'm literally standing there and I'm at the edge of my field, and in this meditation I'm at the edge of my field, and there's this force that is ripping my face off, ripping my bones off, ripping everything off of me. I look up, I literally see the word memento mori, remember you will die. I'm no longer a body. I am my consciousness. Then I zoom forward or backwards. I see myself as like a 1-year-old, like around 1 years old or so, with my face on a glass coffee table with like the wood, the glass, like I can literally define it. I have like a little pigtail or a little ponytail in my hair, and I go straight into my third eye, and then I'm back walking towards the graph. As all of this is happening, my neck starts twitching again. Once again, I am not forcing this. I did not take anything. I was totally at peace. It was nothing but peace. But bet your ass I took my keys back from death, okay? So I start walking back towards the graph, and I literally say to myself, I'm like, wait, no, I came to stay, I came to play. Like, I'm not done yet. Like, I have more playing to do. Whole time, neck is still twitching, right? So I almost get back to the graph, and then I realize, no, I made in that moment, I could have just kept walking. I chose to come back. So, as I made that choice, I came to stay, I came to play, I come back out of my 0 point, I'm back in my body. This time, my heart is on fire. I don't know if it stopped for a second, for a half a second, whatever it was, but I took my keys back from death. I could have left, I chose to come back, and then I literally had to consciously take all the gamma away, all the meditation, and like in, out, like I had to force myself, because I just kept trying to slip right back into that state, because once you know the journey, like once you know how to go that far into a threshold, you know the way, and you got the keys. So that happened. And so obviously I came back, came to stay, came to play, and I didn't force it, I didn't take anything, I just went that deep into meditation. So when I say I am very, very acquainted with my 0 point, with my monad, yeah, that's where I sit. Okay? And like that happened. And bet your ass, I took my keys back from death. I chose not to go anywhere. I literally came back with the words, I came to play, I came to stay. And I made that choice to come back. Inadvertently sort of taking the keys of death. And after the second round, my heart was on fire. That's why I said the neck twitching again. I don't know, between the neck twitching, like, bitch, we ain't breathing, and my heart being on fire, how long I was, if I stopped my heart for a second, if it stopped for like a half a second, I don't know. But that was my monad experience, and that was after I merged back with my field and let my ego go. So this brings me to my point for today. I keep seeing all these gurus and everybody talking about men, and I'm sitting here going, I've had this feeling for a long time. I'm like, first off, where are the female avatars? Okay, I'm like, why are all these gurus and like second comings, like, who said it had to be a guy? You know what I mean? Because I honestly think if that avatar and other avatars are coming back, there's gonna be more females in that mix, okay? Because healing the divine feminine is like such a thing for balance, okay? So, personally, I think it's gonna be female. Secondly, just because we are in female bodies doesn't mean that we don't have 0 point conscious experience. I'm gonna let my field go, baby. I'm gonna let my field transmit, let my field talk. So, like, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. Like, I think it's necessary for the female feminine energy to be brought back into balance. And who said that she or he has to be a he? Okay. So now, with that being said, I just want actually I don't want and I have been struggling with this. If you know, you know. Like, when you get to a place of, like, wholeness, things like want don't even, like, register. Like, my language is like, I don't want. I get to choose what to experience. I have all these experiences. Everything's a choice, right? So, like, when you get to that place of, like, you really don't want, it's because you found your 0 point. like it's like this emptying with Danishta, right? It's about instruments that are hollow. So taking on this energy of hollowing, right? I literally see it as just like letting go, becoming the temple to hold more of you, which is like your cosmic self or your 0 point. And wherever it sits in your body, if you just like close your eyes for a minute, okay? And I'm just sending some energy to help you find your 0 point, okay? Once you found it, for me, mine's like up here. It was like here in the sternum, and then it was like the whole chest. And now it's like there. I want you for a moment to imagine a black hole. I know, it sounds scary, but this is true. A black hole literally opening up and forming in your chest. And then I want you to let it rip away everything. Mom, wife, husband, brother, good, bad, tall, short, worthy, unworthy. That black hole is sucking all of that in. Your feminine, your masculine collapse. And as that black hole is sucking everything in, and you are just getting emptied, just letting it all go into that 0 point, okay? As you're emptying, take a deep breath. And literally, now, this body is not a person. It is not a label. It is not a thing. It is not an identity. This is a temple for Source. Okay? You are the Source. Okay? So, that's what the singularity is. It's like an event horizon. It's a black hole, right? Now, what happens? Close your eyes, let it all go. You are this magnificent temple, and in the middle of this temple is this galactic, cosmic, electric, massive being. That is you, sitting in your temple. And this cosmic being is meditating while gravity, light, reality is bending around you, because you are. This is your I am. When you work with singularity energy, you'll notice the natural progression from I am to I am all. Both dark, light, good, bad, collapsed into just pure awareness. when you hold that I am all, or I am, if that's easier for where you're at. We're just sitting with this for a minute. Nothing but space. This is your Shakti, this is your Shiva. Consciousness, space, meets energy, Shiva. Okay? Here. This is where my 0 point sits, in this area. Yours might be different. But also when I bring my palms together and connect the circuit, okay? And just breathe in, breathe into this, like, feel your body, you know, move the spine. But you are a magnificent temple, and you are that cosmic, ethereal being sitting and meditating in your temple. And that is your 0 point. That is your space inside your 0 point, in which everything else stops, shifts, and starts rotating around you, because you are that black hole, that event horizon, that 0 point in the center. And everything is rotating around you. And as long as you stay anchored in your 0 point, and this is where your sovereignty lives, this is where your sovereignty lives. Sovereignly owning the cosmic being you are, your creation energy, your I am and I choose. Those are that's it. I am and I choose. And that is how 0 point singularity monad plays in this reality. So I hope you enjoyed this meditation, and literally sit with this, come back to this in your 0 point, and like, not like there, in your 0 point, in your 0 point energy, right? And for all my ladies out there, who says, I'm gonna freaking mudra you like right now, who says that only men can be avatars? Alright, I'm side-eyeing you right now. And let me know if you want more meditations in the future. As always, this is my experience. Every single thing I've ever experienced with my field, whether it was alchemy, meditation, has only bettered me, has only helped me find that unshakable core in which everything rotates around. And I am and I choose is the base operating level for cosmic beings that remember their 0 points, okay? There is no... It'll just feel nasty when you say it from now on. After you get to a certain point, you're like, no. Like, and I am radiating, so go ahead and let this energy support you, and join the family, subscribe, because the sonic activations are so I listen to them myself. I literally listen to them in the editing process when I'm putting them together. That's all I do, is like put it into a video thing, And then I also put my headphones on, sit down, breathe slow, and listen. And these are the frequencies of this age. They are piercing, they are powerful. They will cut through the bullshit. If you haven't worked with frequencies that have had an effect on you, please try mine and see how you feel. Like I said, it just perfect timing, lined up amazingly, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.